Welcome to Frank Teaches DevOps. So in this session, we shall be looking at how to schedule pods. All right, how to schedule pods to run on specific nodes. All right, how to schedule pods. All right, pods to run on nodes specific nodes. I think this is um, what we need to talk about. All right, how to schedule pods to run on specific nodes, and for that we have four features. All right, we could use to schedule your pods to run on the required node that you want. We have the node name, the node selector, node affinity, taint, and tolerations. Right. So let's look at node name one after the. Let's look at these feature one after the other. And for that, we would be starting with what node name. All right, node name. So now let's go to Google. I'll go to Google. I'll say Kubernetes node name. Now I'll look at assign ports to nodes. Alright, assigning ports to nodes. I'll open that first link. Open the first link. Come here. Assigning ports to nodes. You can constrain a pod. See, guys, listen. You can constrain a pod so that it is restricted to run on a particular node, or prefer to run on a particular node. There are several ways to do this, and the recommended approaches all use what label and selector to facilitate the selection. Now let's look at this now. You can use any of the following methods to choose where Kubernetes schedules specific pods. You can use node selector, all right, field matching against node labels. You can use affinity, which is node affinity and anti-affinity. You can use node name field, all right. Then you can use port topology spread constraint. I've not tried this guy out. So let's start with node name. I'll click on node name. Now node name is a more direct form of node selection than affinity or node selector. Node name field is the port spec. Now let's look at this now. Now this is my selection now. This is my port definition. In my port definition, in my spec, I have a section called what? I have a section called a spec, and under spec, I have a field called what? Node name. Under this node name, I'm going to specify the name of the node which I want this pod to be deployed to. So let's try it and see. So I'll come back here. This thing keeps taking me out. It's my internet. Wait, let me switch internet, guys. It's my internet. I don't know why I don't really know, man. It keeps switching me off. Dinero. All right. Let's wait. I'm coming. I just terminate. One sec. Let me pause. Flipman web. Guys, you guys are not in this class, so I wasn't recording. He didn't tell me that I wasn't recording. You have to be in this class, so bring yourself to this class. So I don't know what you're thinking. I think that's all. So escape, save, and quit. So I'm going to apply kubectl apply -f workload. So created. So now kubectl get pod. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is what's happening. This is what's happening. Okay, it's adding another one on another one. It's adding, let's see, crash loop back off. Why is it showing me crash loop? So let me delete the other deployment, the old one. So kubectl get deployment. So I'll delete all the fleetman. So I'll say kubectl delete deployment, then the deployment name, API gateway, position tracker, enter, deleted. kubectl delete deployment. So I'll come to fleetman web, fleetman queue, then which one, position tracker. All right, all deleted. Now kubectl get deploy, get deployment. So we have API gateway, position tracker, position simulator, queue, and web app. What's wrong with this guy? kubectl get pod, crash loop back off, crash loop back off. So let me update that thing again, the workload. That was web app. So it's complaining crash loop back off. So it means that the name has to be fleetman. This name has to be fleetman. Fleetman dash web. I think this is how the guy, this is how developer has designed the microservice. So I'll say kubectl apply, workload. All right, so let's check. kubectl gets pod, fleetman web, error. What's happening? Error. Oh, this guy requires a service. Okay, this guy requires a service. Okay, I get it's not about the name. So kubectl deletes deployment fleetman web. So it requires a service to run. So without that service to run, so let's also apply those services. Apply -f service. All right, so the corresponding services has been created. So let's check kubectl get pod. I think it should come off any moment from now. It requires a service. Okay, you can see now this guy is back up now because it required a service to run. Now if I now say kubectl get pod -o wide, let's look at the nodes that these guys are running on. These names are still long, man. Oh, it's because of the node. It's because of the node. All right, so let me reduce it a bit. Great. Get pod o wide. Okay, let's manage. All right, so this is API gateway. All right, API gateway is running on 219, simulator is running on 219, tracker is running on 219, then the queue is running on 171, the web app is running on 171. Now I want everything, I want all of these guys to run on 171. What do? I'm going to use what? A node name. And in this context, the node name is the node name. All right, so I'll copy this node name. I want everything to run on what? To run on 171. So I'll copy this guy, copy, then I'll go to what? The manifest file. I'm going to edit all of these guys. So somewhere here I'll come and say under container, I'll say what? Node is camel case node name. The node name is that guy. Let's check node name. Great. So that's the node name. So I want this guy to run on what? 171. So I'll copy that line, then I'll go to the next manifest, which is here. I'll paste it. Great. I'll go up, I'll paste it. Better. Come here, I'll paste it. Going, I'll paste it. I think that's all. I'll escape, save and quit. Now I'm going to reapply this guy now, because if I still do kubectl get port OY, you see that they are still running on what? They are all still running on what? On 219. So I want everything to run on what? 171. So I'll say kubectl apply -f workload. Line 23, mapping values are not allowed in this context. Mapping values, vim plus 23. Mapping value are not allowed. Line 23. Mapping value are not allowed. Containers node name. Containers node name. Why? Wait, let me create something separate. Let me create something separate. Let me create something separate, if a separate file. Copy. Let me call it pod.yaml. Let me paste it. Escape, save and quit. Let me change the name. Let me change the name. Let me call this guy with an S. Queues. All right. Now let's apply kubectl apply -f pod. So it created now. So why is it saying that deployment was created? What happened there? What's there? So now let's go back to this worker node. This thing. Why am I having this error? Okay. Escape, save and quit. Let me apply kubectl apply -f workload. Line 23. Okay, let me remove that guy. Let me reapply. Line 22. What is happening? Okay, it's not allowing me to use document separator. Now let me do something. Let me cut this line. Let me paste it somewhere here instead of. All right, escape, save and quit. Now let's apply. Oh. Why is it happening like this? Line 18. Okay, let me pause this guy. Work with this pod. So what I will do is kubectl get pod. Let me delete the rest. Let me just delete the rest. So what I will do is kubectl get deployment. Kubectl delete. Okay, delete -f. So I can delete everything at once from the file, from the deployment file. Right? I'll delete everything. I can say kubectl delete -f workload. So all right, so we're having issues now. Let me go into that file, go into this guy and remove this section. Remove this section. Let me see what happens. kubectl delete. All right. Let me go back. Go over here. Wait to wait. kubectl apply -f workload. Line 22. What did happen to that line? Ah, that document separator ni something did here. Dash dash dash. Wait though. I think it's more than what's happening there. Wait too, something is happening there. Apply. Mapping values are not allowed in this context. Line 22. Line 22. Okay, let me remove all of this. Let me remove this node name. So let me remove them. Let me see what happens. Let me remove. Oh, wait to. Okay, let me remove. Let me keep removing. Wait, and the last one with this. Let me try something. kubectl apply. kubectl apply. All right. Let me remove. kubectl apply. All right. So I think that was that. All right. So now let's delete everything. kubectl delete -f workload. So I'm deleting everything. They are all gone. So kubectl get pod. I only have my other pod, which is the queues. Let me wait for all of them to get deleted. Delete now. Delete. kubectl get deploy. Okay, web app. kubectl delete deployment web app. kubectl get pod. Sorry, kubectl get pod. All right, so we are left with this guy. So let's look at let's look at the node where this guy is running on. All wide. So you can see this guy is running on what? 171. I want this pod now. I want to reconfigure this pod to run on what? 191. Sorry, the other kubectl get node. Is what? The other one is what? 291. 219. I'll copy this guy. Copy. I'll go to my what? To my pod file. Then I'll come here. I'll replace this guy with what I have. Alright? 291. 219. I'll save it. WQ. Now I'll do what? kubectl apply -f pod. Created. Now kubectl gets pod all wide. You now see that the old one is getting terminated, all right, while the new one is getting created. So I can choose the pod that I want. Sorry, I can choose the node that I want with what? With the concept of what? Node name, right? Node name. Now let's look at the other feature, which is that was node name. Then the next one is what? Node selector. Node selector. So with node selector, I'm going to create a label. All right. So let's try node selector. Now, what I will do is okay. Now let's go back to this file. So with node selector, I think we can use node selector with the other rest now. So this is what I would do. This is what I would do. I'll go to Google. I'll type node selector as one word. So I'll go to what? Assigning pods. I'll now select what? Node selector. Click on it. So let's look at node selector. So with node selector, what I will do is this affinity. Where is node selector now? So I'm going to create a label. Now this is what I will do. All right, I'll come here. I'll say kubectl get node dash dash show labels. Wow, there are a lot of labels here, guy. Show labels. All right, so this is what I would do. This is what I would do. I'm going to add a new label. There are a lot of labels. kubectl gets node, then the node name is this node. Copy and paste. That's that node, Abby. Now let's look at editing that node. Let me see the labels that are there. So kubectl edit node, the node name. Right, so these are the, can you see the labels now? These are the different labels on that node. All right, so this is a configuration file for that node. The kind is node. All right, so these are the labels. So these are the labels. A lot of labels are here. So I'm going to add my own label. I'm going to add my own label. All right, so I will exit this. I'll exit. Now I'm going to create a label. So what I will do is I'll say kubectl is it create? Let's check something. Dash help kubectl bam. I'm coming. What can we do? No, it's not label. kubectl. Right. So now let's now do it. So I'll say kubectl label node. All right. I'll say the node name is this node. Label node this node. Then the value will be app equal to, let's look at what we have here. The usage. Let's look at the usage. This is a label pod status healthy. All right, okay. So equal to, let me say q node. All right, enter. Now this node has been labeled. Look at the command, man. kubectl label node, the node name, then the value. App is what? Q node. Now if I now say kubectl edit node, then the node name, let's go and check this label. If it's there, you can see this label added. App what? Q node. Right? Q node. Better. Now that we have labeled this node, now we need to what? We need to set a node selector on our deployment. So this is what I will do. I'll go to node selector. Where is it used? It's the simplest recommended form of node selection constraint. You can add a node selector field to your pod selection and specify the node labels you want the target node to have. Right? So I'll come to my deployment. I'll use this keyword, this field, node selector. All right, so I'll come here. So I'll go to workload. So under workload, this is what I will do. Somewhere it should be under here. Now I'll say node selector, selector, column. Now the node selector is what? Is app what? Q node. Is it Q node? Let's check again. Save and quit. What was that value? App Q node. Great. So now what I'm doing is this node has a label called what? App Q node. Now I want to target that label. I want to use the concept of node selector to target this particular node so that my pod will be deployed onto what? Onto this node with the help of node selector. Now that I have done that, let's check which one I did that. I did on Flipman Web. No, sorry. All right, I did on Flipman Web. The node selector, I hope is under here. Let's check. So what I will do is I'll say kubectl apply -f workload. Let's see. It's not working. Cannot be handled as a deployment. Okay, see what I'm saying. When creating workload, deployment in version this cannot be handled as a deployment. Street decoding error. Unknown field. Okay, unknown field. It's complaining about this field. So let me move it under container. Should be under container. All right. So let's apply now. Apply. No, it should be somewhere. Where should this guy be? Should it be under node selector? Let me apply. All right. I'm not allowed in this context. So let me see something. Let me use a pod instead. Let me go back. Let me remove it. Save and quit. Let me delete everything. Delete -f workload. All right, no wala. So let me create let me copy a section. Let me copy web app. Copy this guy. Copy web app. A vim web app.yaml. All right. So now let's use that node selector. Should be node selector. That should be app, then what? Q node. All right. So node selector, escape, save and quit. Let's apply. kubectl apply -f web app. Okay. Wait, I want to know if it's used in deployment or it's used as a pod directly. One sec, guys. I think it has to be a pod. Let's go back to this guy. Let's go back to that web app. So let me remove some areas that, let me call it a pod, because it is in the right position. It's a pod, so a pod does not require a replica. So I'll remove this section from here. I'm going to remove from here. All right, so we have it like this. So this should be fine now. So escape, save and quit. Now let's apply. So kubectl apply -f web. No matches for kind pod in version. Sorry, I need to change the version. Version is just v1, not apps. Just v1. Pod is v1. Escape, save and quit. Apply. Can be handled as a pod. Node selector. Let's check. Node selector. What did they use then? Node selector. Okay. App. Mm-hmm. Mm. Why? Sorry, containers. Containers, guys. Well, guys, we'll try to watch now. Containers. It has to be under containers. Escape, save and quit. I hope that's not the mistake I've been making. Pod in version view cannot be handled as a pod. Cannot unmarshal array into go struct field. Pod spec. Okay, I'm coming. I can't hear you.
The arrangement of the files need to be aligned. I mean, need to do from the container, move it back. It's like it should be starting from under in. Yes.
Okay. Let's try and see. So this guy. Let's try and see. Yeah, I'll remove these guys. They're not needed. Save and quit. Let's apply. All right. Thank you very much. Article. All right. So this guy has been created. So now let's check now. kubectl get pod. That guy is what? Fieldman web. Why is it giving me error? Okay, it requires environment variable. It requires environment variable. So let me copy those environment variable. I still need those environment variable, even though it's not start. All right. So copy this environment variable. Copy. Go to web app. Come here and paste. All right. So there you are. Great. Escape, save and quit. Now reapply. kubectl apply. Oh, what's this? Unrecognized type string. Unrecognized type string. UMV patch invalid value. Wait, kubectl delete -f web app deleted. kubectl apply. Bam. 2 yank paste. env. It's like the position is wrong. All right, so what I needed to do was to change the positioning. All right, I brought this guy down and took this guy back up, so it's fine now. So now you can see kubectl gets pod. The pod is running, so let's check on which node this pod is running all wide. So now this Fieldman web is running on what? 171. So I don't want this guy to run on 171. All right, I want it to run on 219. So for that, I'm going to set the label for 219. So what I will do, I will say kubectl label node, then the node name. The node name is this. Label this node. All right, then the value, I will say I'll call it can you give me a name for labeling? I'll call it class equal to cohort 2. All right, cohort 2. So now I am labeling this node with this label, class cohort 2. Now if I now say kubectl get node, this node, or sorry, edit this node, kubectl 219 edit node, you should see that I will have what? A label called what? Class, and the value is what? Cohort 2. Now because I need to schedule my pod on that node, what I will do is I'm going to go into my pod definition, right, and change my node selector, right, and I'll change my node selector to class cohort 2, class cohort 2. That's it. Escape, save and quit. Now let's reapply. So kubectl apply -f web app. What is it saying? Previously negative. Let me delete kubectl delete this guy first. Delete. Let's reapply it. Apply. All right. Now before, that guy was running on what? 171. So now let's check now. So kubectl get pod o wide. It should be running on what? 219. Can you see how we have used the concept of what? Node name and now node selector, all right, to what? To assign specific pod to a specific node, to assign our pods to specific node, right? So far so good, guys. I want to end this session here today. All right, so I'll be giving us this as an assignment. Go and see how to implement node affinity. You see it here, definitely node affinity. All right, you see all of these. All right, read about node affinity, understand it before you implement it. All right, and see how it works. So with node affinity, you can also, all right, constrain a pod to run on a specific node. All right, to run on a specific node. At this juncture, guys, is there any query? All right, so since there is no query, I want to thank each and every one of us, and I would love to see us on Friday next week. I'll be this week Friday. All right, guys, it was nice having you guys around. So